Two Worlds, One Family by Dragon Translator. Chapter 5. A Meeting with the Chief. They landed to angry shouting. Hiccup winced, seeing Mildew, his father, and Gobber standing on the steps of the food storage building. The crowd in front of the steps were the ones yelling. A villager to the back of the crowd noticed Hiccup and the other riders, then noticed the wild dragon as they all found places to land within the immediate area. The villagers' cry of "Dragon!" had everyone looking. The crowd then began to yell at Hiccup, though Hiccup found he could not single out what they were saying. He did hear the dragons all give low growls. He lifted a hand. "Quiet!" he said, not expecting it to do much. He blinked when the dragons immediately went silent and still, their eyes shifting between him and the crowd. Hiccup saw his father look around before sharing a glance with Gobber. Mildew pushed through the crowd to stand in front of Hiccup and Toothless. "Dem wild beasts ain't fit for living amongst civilized folks, boy!" "Yet it's the Vikings that are yelling and screaming," Toughnut said in a loud whisper to his sister. "Vikings are not civilized folks," Ruff pointed out. "Whoa! That means the dragons can stay!" "Duh, Hiccup's done and said that, nitwit." "Well, if I'm a nitwit, you're a muttonhead." "No, you are." "Silence!" Stoick's roar had everyone shutting up. He pushed through the crowd and stood next to Hiccup and Toothless.
"Son, what is going on? First the dragons are messing things up all over the village, then your dragons roar at them."
Hiccup rubbed the back of his neck. They all see me as their alpha."
Stoick blinked. "I remember the ones in Guido's home calling you that. Are you saying all the others do as well?"
Hiccup could only nod.
"So you can control the dragons?"
Hiccup winced. "That's too close to what the Red Death did to them, Dad."
"Regardless, son, you ordered them to be quiet, and they listened. Will they continue to do so?" "He leads, we follow."
Toothless said.
"He protects us, we protect him." "So we'll have no more mess and chaos?"
"We'll have less until we both learn enough about each other to be able to live with each other."
Stoick sighed. "I'm not sure you have the time, son. Winter's almost here, and much has been destroyed. Thankfully, the food storage building is fine."
Hiccup sat up. That was the opening he wanted. "Dad, I got an idea." He half expected his dad to brush aside his words.
"What is it?"
Stoick asked, with none of the usual disgust that once coated his voice, whenever Hiccup said that before the Red Death, or in the last few days with the wild dragons acting up. "The dragons have no home, and much of what they did after the war was due to anger over the war. They didn't realize we didn't know about the Red Death. That's not much different than us Vikings if we feel we've been wronged unfairly. How about we help them find homes in caves and mountains away from the village, and each day some of them come here to learn from us about humans, and to teach us about dragons."
Where would this be going on?"
"The old arena. We aren't using it anymore for its original purpose. The visiting dragons would not be in the village, and the Vikings who want to learn from them are free to come on over. Who knows? They might find a dragon to bond with like I did with Toothless." Hiccup reached down and scratched the top of Toothless's head, earning a coo from his dragon brother. Toothless said, before falling silent for several heartbeats. Hiccup began to worry his father would reject his idea, when he suddenly smiled and clapped Hiccup's shoulder.
"That's brilliant, my boy! Take the arena! Make it a
dragon training academy!"
Gobber cried. "Gobber, I wanted to say that."
"Oh, sorry, Chief." Hiccup chuckled, relieved. He honestly expected his father to dismiss his idea. Since the wild dragons had been acting up, Stoick seemed to have reverted back to the father Hiccup remembered before the Red Death.
"This ain't right!" Mildew cried. "You disowned the boy, Stoick. He ain't supposed to be here."
Hiccup looked over his shoulder at Gita, who held up her hands, palms out, and shook her head.
What you going on about, Mildew?
Stoick asked, staring at him. I was there. I heard. You said he was no son of yours, for you went to finish the war. You should have run him off. Stoick's eyes narrowed.
Watch yourself, Mildew.
Stoick looked around at the rest of the people. Whatever any of you may have heard, Hiccup is my son. He is the heir to Buck. I'll not have any gainsay against that. Hiccup's eyes widened. His father had never said anything like that before, to any of the tribe. Hiccup acceptance back into the tribe had been between himself, Toothless, and his father on a small rock bird just off Dragon Island's shore. Stoick had merely said he was proud to call Hiccup his son. Nothing else had been said or done, so Hiccup figured no one knew of Stoick's declaration in the Great Hall. It seemed Mildew had. Of course, those who had been in the plaza and gotten their memories back would know due to the images. The movie. Stoick just proved anyone knowing what he had said and done in the Great Hall that day did not matter. His public declaration rendered silent any voice against Hiccup's place in the tribe and on the island. Hiccup sat up straighter. He did matter to his father. Mildew's eyes narrowed. Mark me words, Stoick. If them dragons ain't run off, they'll lead us out of house and home. We eat fish, not wood, Toothless stated. Mildew blinked and then looked at Stoick. See? That dragon's a beast, growling at me. It'll turn on ye. A dragon'll do what a dragon does, Stoick.
Go home, Mildew. You have a farm to tend to, and I have a village to run.
Bah! You're all a fools. Mildew left the plaza. Hiccup watched his progress, since took the old man near to as many dragons. Mildew glared at them and swung his staff a couple of them, but none moved to retaliate. They all watched him pass, and Hiccup got the feeling each dragon was remembering who the man was.
You best get the dragons to their new homes, son. It's getting late.
Hiccup turned back to his father's voice and smiled. Sure, Dad. He looked around. All right, let's go. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Oh, I love that. I really do. Oh boy, so yeah, Stoick's declaration. I think Hiccup really, really needed that. And he's recognising his own mistakes. The thing I love about Hiccup and Stoick is that he realises. They both do. They meet in the middle. There is tons of arguments and false expectations and arguments. But then they realise, don't they? There's a huge change. Stoick opens his eyes, and Hiccup realises things about his father too. It's a growth, not a sudden switch. There is a sudden switch in it, but it's not as sudden as... Like, the love is always there. They always love each other, but that love was not being portrayed in the right way. So I love their growth and change. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye, my guys, and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.